I agree.
Juan Soto gives off a little bit. Hey Keith, thank you again. You know what I'm saying for coming through and kicking it with us. Juan Soto gives us a little bit of a like a mercenary vibe. You know, kind of like it's really just, you know, some of the things he said after that loss just didn't really resonate very well. And you know, I'm a Mets fan, but I watched it and it kind of felt a little awkward. You know, that he was available for all 30 teams and things of that nature. You know, that statement doesn't really ring right to a New Yorker, because at the end of the day, you know, we're expecting the loyalty. Like, New Yorkers are loyal to the soul, like, realistically. And, you know, the fact that we got him for the year and we hope to, you know, have a leg up, like you said, it just didn't feel like he had the same feeling about us that, you know, that we all kind of had about him. Now, his talent, of course, is monumental. We don't want to lose that. We want to keep that in the building. But at what point do, you know, we kind of say, you know, is this guy really the, you know, the Yankee that we want?
I mean, it's a couple things, right? So I was at Game 5. And I went to like 40, 50 games this year. I got to meet Juan Soto, you know, calling the game, pretending to be Susan Waldman. I got to see him in pinstripes with the backwards Yankee fitted on a day that he hit 2 home runs. This is a guy that belongs in the Bronx. De lo mio personal. Like, this guy is a Dominicano. And like, you know, Gleyber Torres showed him around. I don't know if he went to Dykeman. I don't know where he went, but I'm sure, you know, he was at Jordan MVP Barber. He found the places to eat, the places to hang out on the low. Like, you know, Nestor Cortez knows where to go. Chapman, when he used to be around here, used to know where to go. I'm sure they brought Juan Soto there. I watched that stadium light up for him. When he would cross over the white line, skip over the white line, I said the judges' chambers turned into Juan Soto land. He owns that area. Wow. And when that roll call hit, Juan Soto, that's the loudest one. Wow. And he turns around, he shows love, does his signature thing. When the Dodgers won and ran on the field, Aaron Judge wasn't sitting in the dugout. Garrett Cole wasn't sitting in the dugout. Giancarlo Stanton wasn't sitting in the dugout. Juan Soto sat there with his damn helmet on and watched them celebrate. Now, I think part of that is because he was taking it all in, like, this might be my last game here for real. But I think also he's such a competitor. He wanted to win his second World Series. He watched that to motivate himself, right? Store that in your memory bank. Like, yeah, they won, I lost, I got to come back and get them. But then a switch happened. As soon as he got in front of them cameras, as soon as SNY and Fox News and NBC and ESPN and all, and they started asking him questions about, Juan, where you going? You know, they asked him about the Mets. He said, I don't know who's going to be coming after me, but I'm available for all 30 teams. It was very rehearsed, and you could tell how coached he is. Right. And Scott Boras has been preparing this guy since he was a teenager. Yeah. He just turned 26. Scott Boras has been telling him, hey, we're not loyal to anybody but the dollar bill. Yep. And the way that you maximize your opportunity to get the most dollar bills is to make it seem like you're not loyal to the New York Yankees. Now, I spoke on the radio, and I probably overspoke. I try not to let off as much as I know, but I'm friends with the Volpe family. And Michael Volpe, during the game, invited me to come over to the friends and family section in Yankee Stadium. I saw Juan Soto's pops. I saw his mom. I saw their family members partying and celebrating and having a great time. And there's a video that went out of Juan Soto dancing with the Yankee dads, Gleyber's dad, Judge's dad, Volpe's dad. And I know that the Yankees have been a first-class organization as far as their treatment of Juan Soto and his family. But, man, all that goes out of the window right now. Right now, he's a free agent. And if Steve Cohen comes to play with a dollar amount that is too ridiculous for Hal Steinbrenner or Brian Cashman, and I think they got to literally blow the Yankees out of the water. I think, you know, Juan Soto is smart. He's a baseball fan. He knows about his legacy. For him to go from the Yankees to the other side, he knows he'll immediately be hated by a fan base that showed him love. But the dollar amount is everything. Like Saquon, I listened to a podcast on Saquon. Yeah. And Saquon said, all I had to deal with was the hate.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably didn't even have to move.
Nah, I mean, Saquon went to high school in PA, went to Penn State. Yeah. His wife is from out there. They just technically went back home and kept their house in Jersey. Yep. All he had to do was, he said once he got over the fact that he had to just deal with the internet hate, it's about the money. It's about the money. So, like, don't get me twisted. I think that, like, there is something that the Yankees can sell with the Derek Jeters of the world, with the Aaron Judges of the world, with being a Yankee, going to Monument Park, being a forever Yankee, and the brand that the Yankees have built behind the pinstripes. But I think Juan Soto and Scott Boras know it's about money, and the richest owner in the sport is Steve Cohen. And if David Stearns doesn't deter him and say, hey, we can't go any higher than this AAV, we can't do any more years than this, Steve Cohen is going to be the highest bidder because he's the richest owner in the sport.
Yeah.
And I think Hal Steinbrenner and the Yankees, they know how important it is to win, but they will not overextend. They will not, they can't. Like, they don't, you can't play with a guy that's worth 15 billion, whatever it is.
Let me